Let's do it. With that being said, let's go into the group of 5 game of the week. And that game is Tulane headed on the road to Temple. And you may be like, what the hell are we talking about this game for? Temple? The Temple Owls, like the Matt Rule team from that? No, the Temple team that is scary, to say the least. And all the rumors going around John Summerall and Tulane program also being ranked in the college football playoff ranking. This game has a lot of implications for the rest of the season, and Philadelphia is not an easy place to go win this season. Let's break this game down from the top. G5 fans, subscribe, like the video. Let's cover this game. JP.
Yeah, Temple's going to take the ball out of your hands a lot and take the air out of it. They're going to slow things down, limit possessions kind of on both sides. They're in a situation where Evan Simon, their quarterback, he's been really good. Like, let's just be blunt about it. Only 1 pick on the year. It's an offense that doesn't turn the football over. And it's a Temple team that's found them, or a Tulane teams found themselves in situations defensively where they're giving up points and really can't get off the field spots. This is a balanced attack from the Owls. They're going to find a really, they're not going to blow you away with a run game or a vertical passing game, but it supplements each other and they consistently move the football down the field. And they got 4 receivers above 25 receptions. And you just look at what they have done to this point. 2 1-point losses to Army and Navy. Obviously, you saw some early in the year. They got a weird ECU one where they were in it early and then it just kind of got out of their hand in the second half. And so you're looking at a team that's very much improved. And what Casey Keller's done there at Temple, it cannot be overlooked. Like, this is a team that looks bought in. It looks put together. They're really prepared each and every week. Now you look at the other side with Tulane, right? They went into the Dome in San Antonio and kind of just looked rough. That's a different team with the Roadrunners in the Dome and out of the Dome, if we're being completely honest. But
keep that in mind this weekend.
Yeah, it got rough. You look at what they've done with Retzlaff, and then when Sullivan's been in there, the offense still scores. They're still talented. There's pieces on the outside that can get you. But this is a pretty darn good Temple defense, and they've been good against the run. ECU is the one outlier in this that got them for over 200. Outside of the service academies and then their Power 4 teams that they went and played right early in the year, it's been a pretty stout American defense. And so that is something to kind of pay attention to and not just knock because you have a Temple tee and, in the red that you're looking at and a white helmet. You're looking at a team that's really improved, and it is a little bit scary. You want Temple to kind of play their game and drag you into it a little bit. And if you're Tulane, you're trying everything you can to just get off to a good start, kind of hold the lead and continue that direction. So how do you look at Temple and what they have in front of them and Tulane and what they have in front of them? Is there anything there that, could be hit by distractions off the field or looking ahead in a spot as well? So that's kind of where I'm looking at things. It's a different threat, though, Tulane is offensively than what Temple's seen in some ways.
Yeah, it is. It's different. It's probably the better team they played in quite some time. But people who are out there and they're like, Temple's not playing for nothing. They're 5-5. Well, they've had this matchup this week and they finish the season next week with North Texas. So they got a chance to play spoiler and to get bowl eligible, which is huge for programs like this. So there is a lot on the line for Temple. And one thing that sticks out to me is when Tulane has gotten beat, and going back to that UTSA game, which, yes, it's different within the Dome, but they couldn't throw the ball in that UTSA game. And look at Temple. It's a top 20 pass defense in college football, gentlemen.
Stout,
top 20 in the team, their pass defense. Retzlaff last in that UTSA game, 14 for 28 for under 200, couple picks. You can create some issues for them throwing the football. You get Tulane outside of what they want to do effectively throughout an entire game. And that's why it really jumps off the page at me. The Temple in this spot at home, the weather, Philadelphia this time of year, not the most beautiful place in the world. You can also create throwing problems in that situation. Granted, Mother Nature, that's in her hands. But something about Temple in this game tickles the twine. Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, that's why, when we talked about this going into the week, I was like, I know we had some other great games in the G5 this week, but I was like, guys, we got to look more into this Temple Tulane game. It's a trap spot. And now the college football playoff rankings come out, and this is supposed to be in Tulane. This is supposed to be our G5 rep. I think they're wrongly mistaken. That's another soapbox for another day.
Yeah.
The job Keeler has done.
Wrongly mistaken's new one for me.
Yeah, well.
Double negative.
Sorely mistaken.
What happened? Surely mistaken. Guys, they talked about shutting down this football program in August. It was a legit thing that they wrote an article about. And the job Casey Keeler's done is he just wins football games. And he's never been in the big the spotlight of things. He's just won football games wherever he's at. Delaware, Sam Houston. And this is a team in Tulane that just, while I took their win total over and I love this football team, they also love to play with their food. And John Summerall this week was just emphatic on it's so funny, man. They asked him in the press conference leading up this week. He's like, yeah, we got an average football team. And the team I saw practice today is pretty average. And they're like, what do you think about the playoff spot, you being the G5 rep? He's like, well, if we're there must be a lot of bad football teams in college football right now if we're going to be the G5 front runner because we're not playing good football right now. I love his comments. They're hilarious. They're real. We need more of that, but he's kind of right. And this is a team in Temple that just doesn't turn the ball over. Evan Simon has 1 pick on the year, 1 pick. So if Tulane even goes and plays with their food even a little bit and turns it over twice, good luck recovering from that. This is a good opportunity. Last one at home. I believe they play at North Texas next week. So this is like the time to play spoiler, get to a bowl game, because I just think North Texas is a bad matchup for Tulane next week, or sorry, North Texas next week. And I think Temple's got a real shot at getting Tulane this week at home. And I think it's going to be an awesome one.
Great.
Yeah, you mentioned it, JP. Plus 11 turnover margin for the Temple Owls. And I mean, if you want a chance to do something to a team who's got playoff chances at the end of the year, like take the football away. And also, like offensively, you just talk about too, Schaefer. I mean, Evan Simon, 22 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like they don't turn the ball over when they do the pass game going too. Like that's an impressive clip. Like people don't know much about him. Then also like Ducker in the backfield's also been very solid for them too. Like they're balanced, but they like to run the football a lot too. Like they want to establish that physical presence early. It's what Keeler likes his team to be about. And if you're going to win a big football game, like you got to be able to run the football, especially. And I think Tulane, like first year offensive coordinator like Joe Craddock, he's able to knows how to put a run game together with Retzlaff and Gordon, I think too. So kind of slow meshes, using misdirection, get guys going, because this Temple defense also is awful in the red zone. They're 112th in the nation. Like they give up points. So if you're Tulane and you can get long drives, sustained drives, like you're going to get yours in the end zone, because something happens when the boys get over there. They just kind of crumble. They break. They don't bend. They break. So I think that's an issue for Temple, is if you do get in those spots, you have to find a way to get that stop, get a field goal, or get a turnover in that spot too, because I think Tulane offensively, they bring a lot in here that you maybe haven't seen for a little bit. But Temple, if you just play sound football on offense you have been doing, and you can run the ball well, people would say there's a shot you can go and win this football game. So,
all right, let's go to picks in this game. Tulane, 8.5-point favorite on the road in Philly this weekend. Temple coming off a bye. Where do you see it? How do you feel about it, Jake?
You know, ever since Tulane's first win against Northwestern, 23-3, which looking back on it, what a win for a G5 resume.
Huge.
Northwestern's been a good team this year. Ever since then, though, like they've beaten teams by, I don't even know how many multiple scored games they've won by this year. And so if you're giving me 8.5 points, like no question, I am taking the home team here. I'd kind of love to see him get it, pull the outright win, get James Madison its flowers and put them as a G5 rep next week. But I could see Tulane come out of this and winning by 2 points or something weird. But if you're giving me 8.5 points, like this would be my dog's dog if we did it, but we preview this game, so it won't be.
Mm-hmm.
But this is easily my favorite underdog of the week. I love Tulane in this spot.
You love Temple.
Sorry, there it is. I just
jinxed it. You got a lot of work.
Too many
I know. People are going to think he's having a stroke. He doesn't do this typically, people. This is out of sorts for Jake. But put me on Temple too.
Thanks.
I like him plus the number. I think 8.5 is too many. Even a touchdown I can see happening. Like Tulane's still a good team. There's a reason they're in the conversation this late. You just got to limit Retzlaff's legs. He can extend plays. He can use them. If Temple can do that, hit him a few times, they're going to put themselves in a really good spot with that pass defense. So give me the Owls. JP.
Temple plus the number, sprinkle the money line, have a good time with it. I was with Jake here. Like it's a part of the dog's dog. It's also one that I like a lot. But I don't like that everybody's on it. And B, I'm not going to use that later if we're going to talk about it here. But yeah, sprinkle it. Just pay attention, man.
This
is one they're going to
Reese,
be ready
is
for.
everyone
I think
on
both teams are ready.
Let's see where the money's at.
Reese, is everyone on it?
I'll be a savior, boys. I'm going to go with Tulane in this spot. I think Summerall's a coach for a reason, why he's getting looked at for some of these SEC jobs. He can go get his boys fired up for the road on the spot. Retzlaff is still a hell of a quarterback. I think Tulane defensively, as long as you're able to limit Simon in that run game, I think they have a lot more firepower than I think Temple's going to be ready for on defense. So I'll take Tulane in this spot on the road.
All right.
According to undisclosed sportsbook, 83% of the public's money is on Tulane's spread. According to this
Okay.
one sportsbook.
That's
Something to
good.
know.
We're opposite
That
of
is
public
good.
money, which usually
We
loses.
like to be that. That's a good spot to be.